my eldest son was having chemotherapy. So I'm very grateful for that kind of friendship, and happy that you're here now to hear while I play the prayer for him from Ernest Bloch. It's just on my telephone, nothing fancy, no fancy equipment, just a lot of gratitude to Rager for being a friend and coming and keeping check on us for 10 years. 1 year ago he passed, and his girlfriend was a big shock for me. She took her own life 2 months after he passed away, so I didn't have a lot of time to process my grief for him. But today I was able to grieve properly. So this is a piece that I played to him when I first met him in his office in the Middenweg, in touch. He was there with his son and Judy. Gore Zimmerman introduced me to him, so. Rager was a bit of a... Hi Pietro, welcome. Playing a memorial for my friend Rager. He died a year ago. Today, on the 11th of April, suddenly in Brussels. Totally unexpected. We didn't know he was ill, and he was recording one of the Buddhist monks speaking in Brussels live at a meeting which the Tibetan Buddhists do. And he'd hooked up the microphones and apparently got a shock or got a picture of himself. He had things backwards and he apparently was like having a heart attack while his best friend says filming himself. And I spoke to Dan Orangeau from the UVA. He's done the podcast up at the UVA radio, and he said that if you get a shock like that, electrical shock, that your heart can just stop beating at any time afterwards. It can even be months. So I would tend to think that that was the cause of Rager's death, but he was an amazing man. He went to Rens School for Electronics down near Eindhoven, so it was all the Philips people. He himself was quite a visionary, and he was the person who contacted Steve Jobs and said, I have an improvement on your memory card for the Apple II home computer. He really believed that everybody should have a computer at home. He believed that businesses should be connected to the internet. He told me the history of the internet in the Netherlands. He had said that the universities had access and companies didn't, and he really thought that companies should have access to internet. So he was part of the Kraakbeweging. That was where they actually broke into the university internet lines and began going on the servers. And so Rager had 2 of his own servers when he died and 15 data center here in Amsterdam. I was always very proud of him. And he used to invite me to go with him to the data centers. And sometimes I would be standing there holding a wire. And he would say, I have to go to the other building now, but wait here and I'll call you on my cell phone. And when I call you on my cell phone, you have to put that wire in that hole. So it was kind of crazy, but he was the on-call man, day or night, and had to be ready anytime there was a problem with his server. And he had a man who worked for him in Russia. He had a man who, well, he had a company here. The company used to be quite big, and then it shrunk down to 25 people. So when he passed away, his company was in the Middenweg. Hi, Elias. I'm holding a memorial service for my friend Rager Ossel, who was 68 years old and dropped dead of a heart attack exactly a year ago. He was a very good host to me in the Netherlands as a musician. He loved my cello playing and my concerts. He would book tickets for us. We'd go to ballet, to Concertgebouw. So I'll just play a little bit more for him. Thinking of 2 pieces. Comforting pieces for today. That was the Bloch prayer. I had a friend who had not met him, whom I met soon after he passed away. He said to me this morning when I showed the picture of the 7 bowls, the Buddhist bowls, the water-filled bowls, and he said, maybe my friend has come back as a cherry blossom. So I'm going to play the Japanese theme, Sakura, Sakura, with improvisation. And we can imagine that he would like this very much. We can imagine that he is the spring all around us, everything we see. It calls for the use of a plectrum, but I'm going to use a bank card instead. I hope you like it. Give a little distance from the microphone. I've also got one over here, live feed, Facebook.